Today is Friday, March 8th, 2024. We are walking out Sawyer River Road right now to go to Mount Carrigain. Going to do an out and back, and hopefully we'll be able to get up past the water crossing. Let's see. There's a winter route, which is the old trail. It definitely has a big water crossing that I'm sure we most likely won't want to get across. Won't be able to get across. And then there's the reroute, which is just a little bit longer with a little bit more elevation. I think there's still a water crossing on it, but it's not the scary kind of big high one. So we'll see how it goes. Last time we came out, we went up that way. It was in December. We went up the reroute and out the winter route, and it was just doable. But it's almost 40 degrees out right now. Things are very slushy. It rained a lot yesterday up here, or the night before. Oh, red squirrel just ran across. So I think that there are flood warnings in this whole White Mountains area until like 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. So we'll see what happens. Lots of cars in the parking lot. So we're not the only people out here attempting it.
There's more than a dozen cars.
Oh yeah, tons of cars. When we pulled in, I was like, oh wow, more cars here than I thought, which I think there were maybe 6 or 7, maybe. And then as soon as we were sitting there putting on our boots, no joke, like 10 cars came in. So, and I think most of them are a group. So we'll see if what they're doing. I don't know. We just passed a couple with a dog. They didn't have snowshoes. Only one had a pack. I don't think they had spikes on.
I don't think so either.
And they didn't have spikes visible, so I'm not sure what the hell they're doing, but well, whatever. At least it's warm. They're probably not going to die from hypothermia today, whatever they do. So our thought is, if this is a fail and we have to turn around at the water crossing, it's like a perfect bluebird day with really low winds. We might swing back past Cannon, because we need it for this month, and just go up from the tram lot again like we did last week, because it's a short hike, and the views are going to be good today. But hopefully we'll be able to get Carrigain. I hate to do the road walk twice in 1 month and then do it again next month, because we need it twice to finish it out for the grid. So all right, that's it. It's a tedious road walk because it's soft and slippy. We are 2 hours in, and we're 4.5 miles in. This is the junction with Carrigain Notch Trail continues on. You can see it's just a stream. And then we're gonna go up this stream. The crossing was pretty untenable, I would say.
How to get wet.
Either way, you kind of had to get wet unless you were really, really lucky or had really long legs or something. I don't know. There's at least a couple people ahead of us. I think that they went up the winter route. I know they did, but they didn't cross. At least the guy that's right in front of us, he didn't cross at the winter crossing. I think he crossed closer to the actual rerouted trail and then cut back through. But there's more water crossings than that one. So I figured we'll just do this, but it wasn't great. I'm wearing waterproof socks and waterproof boots. Both my feet are currently wet. One of them because my boot leaks a little bit, so like my sock is keeping me dry. And the other one, I dunked my leg all the way past my gaiter, so I could feel the water coming in. But it's warm today. I think it's going to be like 50 on the road walk out, so I'm not concerned about damaging my feet from the cold. Just It is what it is. Okay, so now we're going to take the actual route, which it looks like there's been some snowshoe traffic on it at some point. We'll see how it is. It's nice when there's actually a monorail. This is only like a tenth of a mile or two, maybe, before we'll pick
back up.
Yeah, we'll pick up the other winter route, which will definitely be solid. So we're in spikes right now. Hopefully we won't need to go back to snowshoes, but we will if we have to. All right, we're gonna keep moving. This is the trail. Look at that. I've got on my rock spikes. Oops. Lovely. All right. Plan on wet feet if you could do Carrigain. We're up on Signal Ridge now, so looking at Mount Lowell and Vos Spur and Webster Cliffs, and then the presidentials behind that. Willie and Field and Tom. And it's getting pretty slushy up here in the sun. We have on snowshoes. It was getting really soft down low, so we put them on, and then immediately we went into the good tree cover, and it was pretty solid. But we kept them on because we were climbing, so I guess it's the right thing. Everybody we've seen so far has spikes on, but it's a personal choice and preference. As long as you stay on the monorail, so far, it's been supportive. That is the summit tower. And then, oh, I can't really see over this way. Further up, we'll be able to see, look back to the Hancocks. What a nice day, huh?
Yeah. When you're done, come back up here.
Okay. I think right out there I'll have a view back to the Osceolas, which are right there, and the Hancocks. But we can also get that from the fire tower, which is right there. So I'll probably just shoot from up there. We're up on the summit, on top of the tower now. So this is looking back at Signal Ridge. We walked right along that area. Mount Chocorua in the center and the back. Passaconaway. And Tri-Pyramids. Sandwich Mountain. We're here. I don't know if you can see it. The edge of Tecumseh. Actually, you can see the summit, but also the ski area is visible, kind of there. But in front of that is the Osceolas. And then this point and this stuff over here are the Hancocks. I hear somebody. I hear voices. Someone coming. Moose Lock. The Kinsmans are sticking up behind Liberty. And then over here is Owl's Head in the foreground, Franconia Ridge in the background. And these would be the Bonds. West Bond. Garfield sticking up way in the back, kind of in the center. The Twins. Z-Cliff. Zealand, Hale. I think that's Hale right there. A White Wall. Tom, Field, Willie. And the Presidentials. And the Wildcats and Carters. Bald Faces. Stairs and Resolution, kind of in the mid-ground. Kearsarge North. All right, I hear people coming. Oh, look, our little friend is here. He knows we're going to have lunch. Let's see if he'll come to my hand. I don't have anything in it. He's not falling for it. Okay. We are down on Signal Ridge now, nearing the split where the old route, the winter route goes. And I don't know if you can tell, but this has absolutely been destroyed. There were 9 other people on the trail besides us, and nobody was wearing snowshoes when we ran into them. I didn't see anybody that had snowshoes, but one of the people we ran into is an acquaintance of ours. He has snowshoes, and he definitely put them on because I can see snowshoe marks. I'm walking right down this. Yay. But yeah, I guess I'll pop out over here now. There were 3 guys ahead of us who are like trail running, and they just completely destroyed. It's so soft. They're just demolishing what was left of the monorail. And that is why you need to have snowshoes when it's soft, because that's just a disaster. And, you know, it's going to be colder again. They're supposed to get more snow here. And it's just going to be like a minefield of post holes for whoever comes up here. So it's just really selfish. I mean, if you don't have the right gear, maybe you shouldn't be out in the conditions. Just like if you wouldn't go up on Mount Washington in heavy winds in the winter because you don't have the right gear. Same kind of deal. Don't be on these trails if you don't have the right gear. My goodness. Although part of the right gear might be scuba gear. This is crazy. This is the trail right here. Anyway, I'm just a little frustrated. Guess I'm going to cut over again. Oh, off the trail. But oh my goodness. But it was lovely up top. We enjoyed our lunch. And it's warm, but that means the trail is just obliterated. Anyway, okay, enough of my frustration. Whoa, almost just took a digger right there. And I'm wearing snowshoes. We have decided to come back through on the winter route. And there's a water crossing right here, which we pretty much did right at the spot where you're supposed to do it. Stepping on mostly not submerged rocks. I don't think I got my feet in. And it's only like, I don't know, less than 10 feet wide. Shallow. That was doable. I think there's another place with water, and then there's the big one. So we will let you know which way was the right way. Now, if we get to the big one and we really don't want to do it, we can bushwhack to the left a little bit, because that's what we did this morning. We got to that one and said, I don't like it. And then we went up to the right about maybe 100 feet. And you end up on the other trail, like the actual real Signal Ridge Trail. So either way, we're going to end up with wet feet going across there for sure. There's a nice post hole. They just keep going. Okay, this is the major crossing. John is taking off his snowshoes. I wore mine across, and I walked over right there, and then I just kind of looked for the least submerged rocks. I got about ankle deep, I would say, like maybe to right here. The top of my boots is up here. So I can feel like the outside of my boot is wet, like it's cold a little bit, but that actually was no big deal. Let's see what he does. It's really, really deep in one of those spots right there, so hopefully he'll miss it. He's got no traction on it or anything. Yeah, that's about as deep as I was. Oh, that was deeper. All right.
You know how to do it.
That last step there, huh?
It was deeper than you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No. Do you feel wetness? I can feel like a little bit cold. That was definitely easier than what we did on the way out, I think.
Well, she probably got wetter here, but I don't know.
I washed off my snowshoes. They're super clean.
My feet aren't wet enough now, so.
That's good. Your boots are new, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are his new oboes. So they only have like less than 100 miles on them, I think. Mine have something like 1,200 miles, and they have just started to wet through a little bit, like right where the front of your laces is and your toe bends. That's where I feel water on this foot. But it's warm enough today that it's not a big deal. Okay, so that's the hard part. Now we're just gonna head on out. I mean, the hardest part now is just the crappy trail conditions. But other than that, it's nice. I'm down to a t-shirt. John's down to his base layer. And I think we're gonna keep our snowshoes on probably all the way to the car, because I'm assuming the road had like full sun all day, I think. So it should be really soft. It was soft on the way in, but doable with spikes. So we wore spikes up pretty much until we started to climb today, and then we put on snowshoes and we kept them on the rest of the time. It was firm enough up in the climb part that's in all the spruces and fir trees and stuff. That was firm enough that you could have spiked it all day and not had a problem. But you really need snowshoes. And yeah, if you have Carrigain on your list, maybe wait a little bit to get the water level down a little, and perhaps get the trail looking a little bit better. If they get more snow, maybe it will get packed out and it will fix some of the disaster that's here.